Up until recently, the best chance any of us had of getting close to a spacecraft like this Soyuz descent module was to visit one on display at the Museum of Flight, like me here in Seattle. However, now, with NASA's Artemis program, which is looking to land the first woman and the next man on the moon by 2024, there is a good chance that your students will not only get to ride in a space module, they will do so as they become the first commercial space travelers, the first long-term inhabitants on the moon, and the first to apply lessons learned from living on the moon to exploring Mars. Your students are the first Artemis generation, pioneers who will change the world by pushing themselves beyond the boundaries of the ordinary. They will join a cohort of leaders who became firsts, brave individuals who stepped up and paved the way for others to follow. Now, being a first is not new to NASA, nor to the space program. If I asked you to name a NASA first, there's a good chance you'd point to the first American astronaut to travel into space. The recognition for that first was recently extended to Katherine Goebel-Johnson of Hidden Figures fame and her team of human calculators for solving the complex orbit and trajectory equations. These are only a few of the many significant advancements NASA is achieving at home, in space, and on the International Space Station. On March 2nd, we will be celebrating your Artemis Scholars as we connect them with an astronaut currently aboard the International Space Station to answer questions via a live, in-flight NASA downlink. To submit a question, please use the link provided to access the web form. Inquiries should focus on the astronaut's experience of living and working in space, the Artemis program, and the questions related to the AstroSox activity. Submissions deadline is midnight, February 7th, Pacific Standard Time, so please don't miss this opportunity. Finally, please join us for the live downlink event here at the museum on March 2nd. We'll host the live question and answer session with one of the astronauts aboard the International Space Station. Local students will be joined by their peers from around the world in this live broadcast event streamed on NASA's TV station and the NASA website. We believe that having the opportunity to talk with astronauts like Jessica Meir and Christina Koch is a way we can expand educational STEM opportunities. Providing access to role models who are firsts is critical to ensuring that all students are inspired and can see themselves as members of the Artemis generation. We are so excited to be hosting the March 2nd Downlink event and can't wait to connect your students to one of the astronauts aboard the International Space Station. And don't forget, submit your questions by midnight, February 7th. See you here March 2nd at the Museum of Flight.